Ty Bartell, and with another edition of Player Profile. This time we are with one of the Falcons sophomores. Their starting third baseman, Morgan Roby, joins me today. Morgan, how are we doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Not doing too bad. I know you guys are trying to stay warm with the sudden cancellation of this game. What's it been like for you too? I think you got some hitting to do later, huh?
It's pretty good, I guess. Hitting's going well. I don't know.
When you talk about this season too and the success that you guys have continuously had, you got to experience your first setback in your high school career with that drop to Canfield. You talk about that. Do you find any value in experiencing your first high school loss? You guys bounced back against Warren Harding right away. What's the value you see in an early season setback?
The value I find it is that you just grow as a team together, even if like a setback and we do lose. It's honestly impressive that we didn't lose that in that long. But I feel like we'll just bounce back and just keep going and get better as we go as a team.
You talk about your experience as a freshman. Not many ladies get to say they've won a state championship their freshman year. Talk about that run too, and just what kind of expectations has it set for yourself in your sophomore year now?
Well, it was a good run, and I just like the stuff I just expectations I set for myself is just to keep being a better third baseman, be a good teammate, and just providing stuff for my team whenever they need me. And yeah.
You kind of battled your way to get a position last year too. You got your opportunities, you took advantage of them, and you were able to be one of those players that Coach Ward and them always talk about: give opportunities and let them shine. You get your starting spot this year too. Talk about just battling your way into the starting lineup too, and being able to hold your spot now going into sophomore year.
Well, I know I had to fight for anything, but that I went for, and it's hard, but I like staying with it and just keep working at it and just staying consistent where I'm at just helps me.
What were the things you were looking to improve on from freshman year to sophomore year in softball?
I was looking to improve my batting average and just how well I work in the field and yeah.
You already had a pretty solid batting average last year too. Talk about protecting that batting average too. What is developing your swing too? Because you protect the plate really well. You don't strike out too often. You put a lot of balls in play. Talk about just developing your swing, developing your habits of being able to protect the plate. How did that all evolve into being able to do what you do now?
Well, I feel like I just have a good eyesight at the ball. Just looking at it, I feel like I can usually make contact with anything that just playing all over over the years I've been playing, I just built something that just helps me and my swing is improved so much from my coaches and it just makes it 100 times better.
What's the environment like playing on Fitch, where they've notoriously always had a star-studded lineup too, potent offense left and right? What's it like to play for a lineup like that has so many really good batters with really good averages? Is there kind of competitiveness that kind of keeps everybody up?
Yeah, I think so. It's just everyone's fighting just to stay in their spots, so nothing no one gets taken and no one moves down or no one's up. But I feel like I'm in a good spot hitting right now because it's just a good spot to be there, six. It's not bad, but it's amazing, honestly. But being in the Fitch lineup is great.
You get that bridge position too, one of those bridge players too, where you're bridging between the top and the bottom of the order too. Do you have any specific goals? What's your role in going to the plate each and every time? Does it obviously depends on situation where you're batting and but is there any, I guess, specific mentality you have going to the plate in that six hole?
Well, usually if Sydney gets left on base and Veda goes in a run, if she's left on base, I usually try to score her in and get an RBI. But if cause the only thing that's really happened is her being on base because Kylie usually gets in and so
Looking at this team too, and just up and down playing on defense, you guys had to be a little bit more active on the defensive end too in that game against Canfield. I was talking with Sam about this as well. Playing behind Sid, she can get on strikeout rolls, and I mean, there could be a whole game where a ball may not even be hit your
yeah.
way. When you talk about playing behind Sid, how do you stay locked in pitch to pitch, knowing that any ball could be hit your way, but it's not often that it is?
Well, it's honestly pretty hard to stay locked in, cause you could never know what's coming. If it's either a hard ground ball, line drive, anything. But it's just I just stay like like my mental focus and just like be ready so I don't mess up. Like if something does get hit to me, I don't mess up or anything.
I've talked to all kinds of multiple sport athletes, and they always talk about the carryover too, and you can continuously learn throughout the season. What did you learn throughout the other sports that you've played throughout this year, your sophomore year, that have helped you go into softball now?
I have learned a bunch of like team development and like positive outcomes, like and just anything positive with my teammates and just being a better teammate and having everyone's back through anything.
Obviously, with the other sports that you play, it might be a little bit different than softball. Because last year, even with softball, you guys were one of the ones hunting for that state championship. Now you got the target on your back. Everyone's looking to dethrone you. You guys are looking to repeat. What's it like for you going into this season, mentality wise, seeing the national rankings, seeing the national polls? What's the pressure that comes along with it? How do you deal with it?
Well, it's honestly really nerve-wracking, but I honestly just like stay consistent. I don't even worry about the rankings. Like we just play, like I feel like we just play our game and like the outcomes will happen and we'll just keep doing good as we go.
Did you ever imagine your softball journey kind of flourishing into what it's been so far too, the state championship run and all the attention that you guys have
No,
helped with it?
not really. I haven't really like, but like I didn't think like anything like this amazing would happen to us. Like, but it's honestly like a blessing that this like we did so good and just everything that happened.
You talk about one of your dreams. I know you want to go to collegiately play sports too. You want to be like your older brother. When you talk about that dream too and trying to accomplish that dream, I think you're going to be highly touted in whatever sport you play. But I feel like softball might be one you're gearing yourself to. What are some things you look for in a team, in a coach, in an environment that will pique your interest in the collegiate level when that finally does open up for you?
The stuff I look for is like a good environment to be around, not any like mean people, just like positive teammates, and good outcomes for anything, and like having people who have your back and are just there for you through and through.
This team in particular, this Austintown Fitch softball team, is very unique, I think, in the way that they prepare and the way that they play the game. And I think you guys are maybe setting a new standard of the way some teams approach softball. Talk about being with this team too, and being able to, I guess, balance the fun loving aspect that you guys love to do, and also locking in when it comes to game time too, because you guys balance out that competitive side with the fun loving side. How do you do it?
Well, I honestly just like I mean, like I try to do both, but like it usually like I try to do both, but locking in like if it's like I just like if we're playing like a great team or any team, like I just like realize to lock in on the field and just have my fun moments when I can have them in the dugout or warm ups, like with anyone, like any fun moment I can have is just a memory. Like
Does it have to stay kind of perfectly balanced for you, or do you find if you lean one way too much or over the other that
yeah.
it kind of goes bad?
I feel like it has to be perfectly balanced because I do want to be having fun too. So
When you talk about playing for Coach Ward and trying to create this standard for Fitch, I mean there was always a standard there, but I feel like they're starting to raise it now with, of course, the success that's come. When you talk about setting the standard, it does come from the players too. What are you doing yourself to try to set that standard for Fitch and kind of be the role model for the younger players that are coming up looking up to you guys?
I'm trying to set is just like be like a great teammate to anyone and just play my position and play my role where I'm supposed to be like batting and in the field, just have a good run through everything.
The person over player mentality is a big one of Coach Ward's and that entire coaching staff. So when you talk about the person aspect of Morgan Roby, what have you learned about yourself as a person in your high school journey so far?
Well, I think I've learned like how like a good teammate I can be and like how I have people's backs and how like trustworthy and positive I am through anything.
Let's talk about some of the personal things, such as your favorite dugout snack. That these are the important questions now. What's the favorite dugout snack from Morgan Roby?
My favorite snack probably has to be like, well, I usually have energy drinks, me and Ayla, so that has to be a snack for me. But honestly, I like I don't know, like goldfish or anything like that, or just chips, any kind of chips, Takis.
No wonder these girls are so like bouncing off the wall. Every single one of them has a brand of energy drink that they just shotgun before the game. What's your brand of energy drink? What's the flavor?
Ghost.
The Ghost. Which
Yeah.
one?
I like the sour hedge one, the sour patch one, the blue raspberry or the red one.
Just any of
Yeah,
the
the
Sour
warhead
Patch
one
Kids,
too.
yeah,
Yeah.
the sour themed ones. When you talk about softball superstitions, do you have any, and what are they?
Um, I don't really have any, but like I don't know. I don't like have none.
No softball superstitions
No.
for you? None at all?
No.
Really? All right. So when you talk about maybe, I guess let's talk post-game meals then after you guys get a big win. Do you have a good post-game meal, a go-to meal for you?
Yeah, I either like going to Calaveras or B Dubs, and like any of those places are good.
Do you have like a go-to that you have to get from either of those places, or it's just whatever you feeling?
Calaveras is always 2 orders of rice with queso on the top, and then at B Dubs, it's always any type of wing, usually salt and vinegar wings and salt and vinegar fries.
I don't think I've ever had the salt and vinegar wings. I might
Oh,
have
it's
to
so
give them
good.
I have to give them a try, no doubt. Let's talk about just your support system and just the people that have been around there around for you throughout this journey. Shout them out too and give them some love.
My parents have been there supporting me since day one through any kind of sport I've been through. My brother just been able to come in through when he doesn't have college, just come to watch my games. My grandma, she's been at anything she can come to. My aunt, all my friends, and just anyone, and my grandpa, but he's not here anymore. So when he could come, he always came and watched me.
Well, you are also the spitball sniper of the Falcons team, and I don't think you were getting away without talking about this one. I need to know about is it the size of the spitball? Is it the amount of force behind the blow? Like what is it that gets the launch angle that you're able to get it over 8 people and 4 tables at Hard Rock Casino or Hard Rock Cafe rather?
Oh well, I just like I make it like I spin it put it in the straw. And I just put so much force behind it, and then it just goes. It just goes.
What were there targets that you were aiming
Oh
for
yeah.
that day?
Oh yeah.
Who was the targets? Was there a
Coach
point
Bob.
system behind it? Coach Bob has to be the target. Was there a point system if you hit him, or
His
was there?
head. His
Yeah.
head. Yep, his head.
Coach Bob is a great personality for that. What's your favorite Coach Bob quote that he likes to
Um,
rattle off?
well, his my favorite quote is just well, he always tells me to stay down in my legs. It's always I always pop up when I hit the ball, and always all he does is yell it every single time, and it just gets funny.
No, I love Coach Bob too. I love what he brings to this team. Morgan, before I let you go, I want to give you the opportunity to give some advice and to maybe some younger softball players that are debating whether they want to stick it out into the high school realm. Give some advice to them too why they should.
My advice I give you is that just keep going, and you will have like an amazing high school season. Like you will like play good through everything, and you'll have everyone behind your back when everyone's upperclassmen, and like it's just a good aspect to be around, a good positive like place to be, and it's just all around fun, and you'll make the best memories you can. Going to Myrtle, doing anything with your teammates will be amazing memories.
What's your favorite dugout song before we let you go?
Probably anything by Lady Gaga. Anything by Lady
That's
Gaga.
been kind of popular this year. Yeah, that's been kind of popular this year. Morgan, we're so excited for what you can continue to do athletically. We're also excited for you continuing to grow as a person over there at Austintown Fitch. We're rooting for you all the way here at YSN as we continue on with our another season here at Austintown Fitch softball. There's been another edition of Player Profile with the Falcons sophomore third baseman Morgan Robys.